Marks. Okay, so I need to repeat again. So hello everyone. It's really exciting for us, and we are really happy for having this event together with you in person in Tashkent, with the support of IT PARK Uzbekistan and also UNTER Innovation Center. we will have like two sections in today's event. First, we will start with some panels, with two panels, together with local investors and also with our international guests from different countries. And then we will be listening to the pitch decks and our founders and their journey. But before starting, first, we will have some opening remarks from IT Park, from Domino Ventures, and you enter. So first, I would like to invite Iroda Azimova, Head of Startups Ecosystem and Venture Development Division.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Uzbekistan for our international partners and guests. So we are very glad to have the Domino Ventures delegation, our guests, and the startups here at our demo day. This is the first acceleration program that we have with Domino Ventures, but we have a long partnership story together, and we are very thankful and hope for future collaboration because Domino Ventures has been supporting our startups, our ecosystem, and investing in startups for a very long time. And this is the first time when we help to develop the startups together, and we hoping for future new projects, new collaboration opportunities and partnerships. Well, IT Park itself is also supporting the ecosystem and creating good and very very good opportunities for startups so they can develop their products, so they can expand. We are open to all kind of collaborations. We are partnering with global ecosystem players, so our startups, our young talents can expand to new markets and they can show their brilliant solutions to the world. So we are open to any kind of collaboration with all the partners. We motivate our startups to develop their products, to not to stop. You have to always think of the ideas that you can bring to life, that might make someone's life better. And then we, from IT Park side, will give you any opportunity so that you can develop it and reach new heights. Thank you very much one more time. So enjoy the event, and we hope that our new talents, our new projects will bring good results. Thank you one more time.
Thank you, Iroda, for your nice words. And yeah, that's really also exciting and honored for us to work with IT Park for the development of local ecosystem. And to tell you more about this, now I would like to invite Yagiz Karadeniz, Managing Partner of Domino Ventures.
Too much, friends. Thank you for attending. It is Yagiz. I am the Managing Partner of Domino Ventures. For the better future approach, when we first dig into ecosystem, we see that we have to do more for the ecosystem. And we realize that for the Uzbekistan ecosystem, we have to support our startups, and we have to breach to the global side with mentors and with our global network. And thanks to partners, we are doing it third time in the Central Asia. I want to go on with the thanks section. Thank you for IT Park and We Enter for supporting us and the sponsorship and all the venue and the approach for vision for Domino Uzbekistan, Domino BetterFuture Uzbekistan. Thanks to our speakers, UzVC, IT Park Ventures, Alaco VC. Thanks to jury, Purple, Heartfelt, and Orbit. And they are first time in Uzbekistan. Hopefully, we will do more collaboration with the global VCs in here. They are very first time in Uzbekistan, and they are collaborating and they are exploring the ecosystem. Also, at the same time, more than 50 global VC will watch this demo day startup online. Now we are online and live in the YouTube, and also our global friends will watch the ecosystem. Domino contribution is pretty important for us in the ecosystem. When we dig into first ecosystem, as I said, we want to invest more startups, and already we invested 5 Central Asian startups. Next 5 years, next 10 years, we will see Domino in the region more. I guess we will do next big things in here. Also, thanks to Tahir, as he's a real hero of the accelerator. He supported all startups and also ecosystem. Thanks to Tahir. And last but not least, thanks to founders, because also yesterday I sent them some motivation speech, and I said thanks to them, because to be hero, no need to superpower, no need to be a soldier. They are Uzbekistan's real heroes, real tech heroes. So they fight for their countries and they fight for innovation. Thanks to the founders, thanks to everyone. I hope that you will enjoy.
Thank you, Yagis, for the nice words and insights on Domino Ventures and our strategy on in Central Asia. And thirdly, I would like to İlhamcan Aliyev, the Deputy Director at UEnter, the host of this event.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen, guests. Very nice to see you, all of you here at UEnter. And on behalf of UEnter Innovation Center, IT PARK Uzbekistan, Domino Ventures, IT PARK Ventures, I would like to welcome you Better Future Demo Day. It's always very nice to have international institutions, venture studios to support Uzbekistan's startup ecosystem. And this event is one of those initiatives. And UEnter Innovation Center is really glad to be host and to provide these kind of opportunities or conditions to hold this event. And we are always ready to support the ecosystem development initiatives. And today, as far as I know, we'll have 2 panel discussions, really interesting topics addressed, and a pitch session. I hope the event will be really interesting, useful, and insightful. I will not talk too much to take to your time. I wish you a productive day, and we are always happy to support this initiative. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you, İlhamcan, for your nice words, and thank you again for hosting us here. And so yeah, a bit about the program and why we started to doing this. So we started doing Better Future Acceleration Program last year at the mid of 2024 with the aim of connecting Central Asian and Caucasian startups to global markets through our network. Because we saw that like in the first times of we are discovering the region, we saw that like there's a huge potential here in Central Asia, in Uzbekistan, and in other countries of the region. And but we saw that like there's a huge gap between the global markets and the local market. So we wanted to, as one of the few international investors in the region, we wanted to connect the region with the global markets and contribute to growth of the region. And we did 2 batches previously across the region. We had 20 startups in total from 5 countries, including Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Kyrgyzstan. And for this time, in the beginning of this year, we decided to join our forces together with IT PARK Uzbekistan and to make and create a exclusive batch for Uzbekistan ecosystem. And we are so proud to be a part of it, and we are so happy to like had the chance to work with Uzbek startups from Uzbekistan directly and contribute their growth. Before continuing with the panels, now we will have one presentation from IT PARK covering the local ecosystem and IT PARK's efforts and strategy on building and scaling their ecosystem. So I would like to invite Gulasal Lutfullayeva from IT PARK to deliver this presentation.
Let's give him a second, shall we? Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Gulesa, and I'm really excited to take you on a quick tour of Uzbekistan's growing tech scene and how IT Park is supporting local and international companies together with the startups. Let's begin. Yep. Yes. So why Uzbekistan? Well, besides having the best plow on earth, Uzbekistan is becoming the serious player in tech and business. So let's break it down. From cost efficiency to government support, and from strong infrastructure to a young and skilled workforce, ease of doing business, and yes, the hospitality is a major bonus. Well, let's talk about a little bit more about the political and economical stability. We're proudly ranked top 3 in financial attractiveness and top 10 in safest place to live. And you can actually take a look at the numbers in here. Check this out. For in just a few years, our GDP almost doubled, and our foreign trade turnover almost tripled, and the FDI inflows almost quadrupled, I would say, which gives a lot of promise in the future growth. And also, as a business, you would be interested in knowing that we have 54 double taxation treatments with free capital movement and full foreign ownership. And we're ranked top 8th in starting a business by World Bank's Doing Business Index. Talent. So it's not only about the political stability, it's also about the talent availability. There are over 37 million people residing in Uzbekistan, which makes us the half of the Central Asian region. And over 65% of our population are under 35 years old, which makes us the ready and a tech-savvy talent for any business, any tech business, I would say. And you can see out of 210 universities, 84 of them are focused on IT. And annually, we're training 203,000 employees, 300,000 graduates annually in IT field, and 203,000 people are working in IT already. And you can see that we are not only good at tech, but we're also good at languages. Our people are multilingual. So we have over 5 million people that speaks fluent English, except that we have Turkish speakers, Arabic, German, Chinese, and etc. And also, we can talk about the costs as well for any business that would like to hire specialists in tech field, or maybe from call handling to, let's say, AI engineering. We have competitive salary rates. You can take a look at it on the below part of the slide. And talent is another factor for which is a major for the business, but except that strong infrastructure is a key to support the growth. That's why we opened 14 branches across the country, across the Uzbekistan, which helps our resident companies. And also we opened 5 representative offices abroad, which makes us closer to the global. And you can see we recently launched our own IT Park Ventures as well. Enterprise Uzbekistan, IT Park Capital, IT Park University, which is pretty much releasing a lot of talents already. And we've also attended more than 50 international events in 2024 to showcase our country and how we are growing. Government backs incentives for the resident companies of Uzbekistan. So what kind of government incentives we can get? There are, of course, certain sections or eligible companies for IT Park membership, tech companies, consulting, outsourcing, IT education, and cloud services. And for those companies who can become a resident of IT Park, the business will become a zero tax environment, 0% property and land tax, corporate taxes, which will be 0%, and then 0% social taxes. And also, there's no VAT on imported services, 5% tax on the dividends, and 7.5% on personal income tax. And except that, let's say if a company is not really sure about starting their own business in Uzbekistan, which is understandable, we also offer zero risk expense reimbursement in the regions only, where we provide free offices for 1 year with any technical equipments they need, so that they can try the market, they can try the talent. And also, their employees can be paid in foreign currency. The dividend payments can be made in foreign currency. And also, there's no work permit headaches in Uzbekistan for foreign employees. So let's say you're ready to start your own business, or apply for, let's say, IT Park residency. We have our soft landing and member support, which offer talent acquisition, accounting and legal services, local management assistant, IT visa and accommodation, comprehensive banking support, and office space solutions. So our team helps you to open up your company and to get the membership of IT Park in just 8 weeks. In 3 days, opening a legal entity, and under 8 weeks, you'll get to become the member of IT Park if you get to fit the eligible type of the company. And for the companies that has a larger vision, we are also introducing very much soon the project called Enterprise Uzbekistan, where the tech companies will be able to work under certain, well, easier labor conditions and certain incentives, free zones, let's say labor relations, resolution of commercial and civil disputes, customs and tax procedures, regulatory sandbox, and intellectual property and personal information, and government and banking services, and enterprise with the implementation of English law. So now about the startups and venture ecosystem. Great news, we recently jumped up to 12 places up in the Startup Link reports the number one growing ecosystem in Central Asia and the number two ecosystem in the world by growth rate. And we jumped 11 times better in venture investments back in 2024. And startup development. So how do we help our startups? We opened 8 startup studios in 2025 already, and we have different partners that helping our startups get nurtured. For example, Startup Garage, and we're actively working with our universities like MDS, like management and diplomacy institution for Uzbekistan, Innoviot, Creative Incubator, and also the Institute of World Economics and Diplomacy. And if it's an MVP stage, we have different partners that offer acceleration programs like Plug and Play, for example. Domino Ventures, we're here today to celebrate the demo day, for example. And then Most Ventures, the Tomari Stack. And if they're already on a scaling stage, we are about to start different acceleration programs with the Draper University. We recently launched getting applications for Alchemist and IT Park Saudi Arabia, and local to global projects where we help our resident companies to sell their product or services globally. And we're about to have different useful partnerships with the Tomar Innovation Hub and Silk Road Innovation Hub as well. And also we have the President Tech Award with a prize fund of $1 million for the startups with an MVP stage where they can win grants. And you can take a look at our portfolio. Recently, we have over 400 startups, and we're not stopping there, we're growing. And the top sectors are fintech, AI and ML, edtech and e-commerce, and others. So, how are we helping the startups? For digital startups, we are doing 100% reimbursement for patenting and trademark registration. 50% reimbursement for mentor trainer costs in acceleration programs. Let's say if any of the acceleration company would like to attract professionals, experts, we can cover up to 50%, and 50% reimbursement of international acceleration costs. If any of the startups they would like to go through a acceleration program on their own, and regulatory sandbox, the special legal regime, and 1+1 mechanism, where if a startup is able to attract foreign investment, the government will be able to double that amount, but the ceiling is like 100,000. Oh, you can see that our venture capital is also growing. So back in 2021, we were at $29.1 million. And this year, we have 12 venture capitals with a capital of 136.2 million US dollars, which makes us the big opportunity for any startups in Uzbekistan. And also, we've introduced our special platform called Startup Base, where you can find any information you need about the startup ecosystem in Uzbekistan. The list of the startups, list of the venture capitals, what kind of programs being offered. You can go ahead and check it out on your own and get registered as well. And also, well, we know that two is always better than one. And we're showing ourselves as Central Asian innovation hubs with IT Park Uzbekistan and Astana Hub, where we showcase our startups in biggest places, biggest stages, and let's say, in international conferences. For example, since 2024, we've participated in more than 90 events where we took our startups and they showcased their products. For example, out of those biggest events, we can see the TechCrunch, Web Summit, GITEX, and etc. Key indicators of IT Park members. Well, we know that IT Park membership is like more of a focus for expert focus. For example, the expert geography, 46% goes to North America, 21% goes to Europe and UK, and the 27% CIS and APAC, and the 6% goes to MENA. And with MENA, we're even enhancing our partnerships. And number of member companies, you can see it actually grew 18 times better since the 2017, and the companies with foreign capital 173 times better. Thank you so much. You can actually join us at the Global Business Services Forum in Tashkent in July 23 to 25th of July, where you can even more find out about the details and the incentives that we're offering as a government. Oh, I'm out of breath.
Okay, sorry for the delay. So thank you for the presentation. It was great to see the key numbers and the growth of the Uzbekistan ecosystem exponentially in the recent years. So to go more in details, now we will have our first panel together with the local investors. So it will be moderated by Yagis Karadeniz from our team, managing partner at Domino Ventures. And we will be joined by Zainab Atabayeva, representing IT Park Ventures, and Davron Parmonov as a managing partner at Aloco Ventures. And lastly, Abdullah Toshkujayev as investment director at UzVC. So please let's welcome.
Hello. Hello again. Before beginning, I want to say, I say thank you, but I want to say again because when we came to Uzbekistan, they always share their approach and they always help us in the region. That's why local VC panel is really important today. After the numbers, also we will dig into the detailedly about the ecosystem. For us, for global VCs, the local VCs approach and the help and the deal sharing is pretty important to understand the countries and countries founders and the ecosystem. I want to begin with thanks. Zainab, please, let's begin with you. Would you describe IT PARK Ventures and what's your plan? How is it going? Please, would you share?
Uh, Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Yagis, Tahir, and whole Tamina Ventures team for coming actually to Uzbekistan back in 2023. And it's great to see the progress that we've done together with IT Park Ventures and you. I'm really excited about our partnership, about this program, and it's great to see the startups participating here. I met many of them online, and they're great. And I'm sure that we'll do investments together and help them to scale to new markets. And as IT Park Ventures, government VC, we're operating under IT Park Uzbekistan, and we have launched in December last year. And since then, we have invested to 8 startups. In March, we closed our first 3 deals to DataTrack, UnitLab AI, and Geomotive. And yesterday, we announced our next 5 investments.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Lauren, please, also would you?
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Zoran. I'm a partner at laCafe Ventures. I'm a former banker of laCafe Bank. I was the investment decision maker at the foreign credit lines, and we moved to venture. It's a storytelling of the appearing the venture fund in corporate bank. It's very interesting. We have done a couple of exits in our bank. Firstly, at that time in 2070s, we started doing fintech spin-offs. 2 projects was sold in 12 months for 13x. And then we just in a board of directors and shareholders, let's open the venture fund and making our products better. At that time, banks started doing their agile team. They're doing the kind of spin-offs, making the team. But it was hard for us doing great things. We burned millions, and most of the product then didn't work. So we changed our mind that venture is better because the entrepreneurs will come and we will give them investment, and their skin in the game will be better than corporate bureaucrat teams. So we opened the venture fund. Now we are allocated 4 million in the first fund. Now in second fund we are giving more money because after the show to present administration and central bank, we have received money from sovereign wealth fund. They said that let's make the venture investment of the country per capita much higher, and we are doing our job best. And now we are changing the ecosystem. At the beginning, we helped for the bank ecosystem. Now we're helping the whole ecosystem. Now we are sector agnostic in the second fund. We investing any kind of startups in not in only Uzbekistan or whole the region. Our first investment, by the way, was to the Zipl AI is from Tajikistan, and the second, third it was from Kazakhstan, and our most of them is 60% of Uzbek founders, and others is Central Eurasian. We have startups from Pakistan, startups from Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, 5, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and we are supporting them with soft lending, with help of IT Park, also giving them incentives, public and incentives. So we are 3 years old, and now doing the job with other venture partners and doing co-investment. And every invested dollar brings $4 from abroad. Thank you for the Domino. They already invested a couple of startups, and they're helping to scale the other market. Thank you.
Abdullah, please, would you describe Uzbekistan?
Yeah. First, Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, great. Hi everyone. Abdullah from Uzbekistan. I would like to thank Yagis and Domino team for inviting us. Uzbekistan is actually the first venture capital fund in Uzbekistan, established in the end of 2020. But in the end of the last year, we become the fund of VC fund of funds. And our primary goal is to help to create or facilitate the creation of the local VC funds in Uzbekistan and bringing the foreign VC funds, attracting them to Uzbekistan by providing them with the, let's say, proper pipeline, showing our portfolio and with the co-investment mechanisms. In the beginning, we started as a venture capital fund. We had our mechanism of direct investment. We have our own portfolio, not that much, but 9 startups. So far, TPI is great, like 3x, considering that it's only 2.5 years since the beginning of our investment approach. And at the same time, we had our acceleration program and incubation programs, and still, since beginning fund of funds, we announced that we invested as an anchor investor to the 2 local VC funds. First, again, private local VC funds in Uzbekistan. It's called Sarmo VC and Imkan Ventures. And we're going to make follow it by our first investment in the foreign VC fund. Hopefully next month we'll announce it. And at the same time, we are going to continue as a continuation of our direct investment to the startups as well, and with our own acceleration program. So that's it.
Thank you. So I will begin with my questions. Let's begin with Zainab. Zainab, how do you balance national development goals with the need of, to back the global competitive startups from Uzbekistan?
Tricky question, actually. But I would say that our priority, of course, is Uzbek startups based in Uzbekistan or the Uzbek diaspora that lives abroad. For example, in the US, MENA, Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, everywhere. And our first 8 investments were mostly to Uzbek startups. But 4 of them, they registered in the US and operating mainly in the US market. So it's diaspora investments. And few of them, they're based in Uzbekistan and operating locally and in Central Eurasian market. And one was actually Push 30, a startup from Azerbaijan. They expanded to Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. But it was our first case of international startups in our portfolio. And we decided to invest to Push 30 because we see great potential in the local market and also in the international market. They have good solutions for corporate companies, for their employees. And coming back to the question, how we balance it. So our strategy is more like, for example, if we have 5 deals in our current pipeline that we plan to invest, we choose 3 or 4 of them to be Uzbek. Either they should be based in Uzbekistan or it should be diaspora. And only 1 or 2 from other markets. Central Eurasian market was our first case as per 30, but we plan to also invest to other companies and startups that are operating globally and looking to expand to Uzbekistan or to Central Eurasian market.
Thank you. Thank you, Zainab. Davron, as we recently wrap up in 2025, which sectors, you most excited, and which sectors do you suggest to invest our global friends, and what do you think about next 2 years, 3 years, what will happen in Uzbekistan about the venture ecosystem and as a sector?
Beginning of investment period, first year, we looked for the fintechs, finance, cloud tech. Most of them was SaaS, and now everything is changing. AI revolution, right? And now most of the programs, most of the startups will be collapsed by this revolution. So we are doing research on any kind of startups. We will anyway make them to global product. At the beginning, IT Park was BPO, and my vision like this, making the products, Uzbek products, made in Uzbekistan with pride products. And I looked for the kind of startups, but the problem is we lack of good talents in our country. So as I said, let's connect with other players in Central Asia and Caucasus, and we have a program for IT visa for co-founders can be sitting here. And most of the CIS countries is coming in, and they started creating good startups. For example, Geomotive, one guy from North came to Uzbekistan, and Arifjanov with good exits in his history with Paynet and Le Bazar. He's a good seller. He's worked in Beyond, and Alexander Khainovsky also is a good guy who's not sales side, but building side. And it's a good strategy when you find someone who sells like butter and someone who can make the products better. And tech guy. And they married and they started creating good startup. Now this company receiving money from Sturgeon and other venture funds. And I'd say that we should find the kind of talents who can sell not only in Uzbekistan and scale globally, with help of IT Park, with help of our partners in every region. We go to any kind of tech crunch, any kind of deal sourcing process, and making their deals better. So we're sector agnostic anyway. If startup is good, if startups can scale, we will invest. We're not just oriented in fintech and AI. Now we are flexible and we are changing our investment strategy, because at the beginning we worked with plug and play, but the plug and play, for the plug and play you need traction. You need something you're created well. The problem is in the first batch we received 300 applicants, and the second 100 plus, and every batch is worse and worse. It's not only Uzbekistan. Full Central Asia is coming startup is bad. We said that problem is not in the school. We should hit the kindergarten. And we launched 14 branches of Startup Garage in every region. For example, laCafe Bank is giving their meeting rooms for the startups. In every branch of Uzbekistan, we just said that we don't need meetings. Let's give them to startups. And we opened our branch in every. And IT Park is providing place. There are also some kind of this you enter centers also providing the phase, and we are giving them small check size for the MVP construction from this year, up to 20K. For 2 months they can launch their products, and IT Park also giving the small check size. If they go as well, we will follow one with up to 1 million investment, because we have a available capital of 100 million now from all the venture capital of Uzbekistan. We will support our locals. Best of them will receive money, not from us, but also from other players. So also private equity also giving their money for the startups, and every kind of 500 million private equities now allocating money as a convertible loan for the startup. If they go to Series A, Series B, one of them recently received 5 million, and now second is receiving 10 million. They're also giving changing their strategy to the tech industry. Most of them is foreign countries allocated. 75% is Abu Dhabi, UAE investors investing us. In Azerbaijan, and Spaceborne is also ready to invest to tech startups. As President mentioned in investment forum, we have the power to make the billion-dollar companies. It's easy. Now, for example, Zoom closed last year their round with with 1 billion. Now they're opening the 3 million round. And TBC Digital in 5 years, TBC Uzbekistan acquired a couple of Uzbek startups, and now they are becoming 1.5 billion company in just 4 or 5 years. And there are 5+ unicorn startups, which is valuation more than 100 million. I know the 5 companies in 3 years they will become unicorns. It's easy, I think. They can make their products better with good team. Now, all the problem in minds of these founders. We should make them thrive, not only in Uzbekistan or go to the global market, hit the Nasdaq, even Abu Dhabi, ADMG,
Yeah.
or Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We need more risk taker and the self-confidence talent
Yeah.
in the region.
Yeah, and additionally, if the problem arises in the political side from the legislation, we are changing.
Yeah.
We are changing. We are. I'm a non-official advisor to the central bank chairman. Now we're helping them to construct fintech hub. And Singapore, there's the 11 the hub. Mahanti is also advising our chairman. Now the problems in central bank, problems in legislation, English law, common law, IT Park launching enterprise. Enterprise is similar was with Ireland. So I think will be in 2 years ready for the making the startup ecosystem thrive. And we are the fastest growing in the region.
Yes.
2 years ago, Kazakh guys just left. Now I'm saying that on the last toss in Georgia, they said Davron is hitting this in 2 years. Now will be in the first place in 2 years, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Darwan. Abdulazal, what are some key gaps you see in the Uzbek VC landscape, and how is UzVC working to address them? How do you work about to fix that? I mean, like problems and the gaps.
Well, I think several of them was already mentioned by our colleague from Alpha Ventures. So if you just easily look at what's happening in our startup ecosystem, we can easily say that there are several mainly government-based venture capital funds. Initially, we've been working like almost the same. I mean, we had the same check size, almost the same approach, and we're all industry agnostics because we don't have this, luxurious ability to choose from some sector. So lack of the startups, number of startups. So that's why I can easily say that we have a diminishing number of the pipeline that we have right now. So that's why we have like struggling to find new quality startups. So I mean, which is ready to raise money from the investor. So another thing is that at the same time, like from the other side of the coin, is that we have our portfolio. I mean, UzVC had a lot of ventures, IT PARK Uzbekistan having, and other VC funds. But now we need like for those portfolio startups to help to raise bigger checks and mainly expand to the bigger markets. So we cannot just allow us, I mean, let them stay in only Uzbek market, at least in Central Asia, and just go abroad, at least MENA region and Eastern Europe as a beachhead market for growing expansion. So based on this, we have several approaches with several strategies and mechanisms that we're working on. As soon as we become fund of funds, we've been working on becoming fund of funds more than a year as well. And we've learned a lot of actually cases and a lot of phases and experienced how happened in several countries, including Israel, the well-known Yosan program, and what happened in Canada, how they failed in the beginning until 2009, and then just they worked out with the Trellis Capital, or how they worked in Korea with KVIC, etc. And other like failed stories, like what happened in Russia, for example, and some persecution happens. And at the same time, we tried to solve this by becoming fund of funds, because we thought that the government needs someone to effectively just disperse money to the effective managers. And we see that with the abundance of the money from the government allocating to the startup system, we may have a risk of crowding out of the private sector. So we need a lot of private players, so help them and with the incentives to work them. And at the same time, we need to prepare them, quality startups. We need to work on the pipeline as well. That's why UzVC announced that we invested in first 2 venture studios that become venture capital funds in Uzbekistan. We help them to institutionalize themselves as a venture capital fund. And Now they have like, we can easily say that we have like right now 2 local VC funds, small VC funds that have ability or capability to prepare at least 25 to 30 startups per year, meaning that only 60 startups. That's not much, but it's honest job. Well, and at the same time, we're trying to bring foreign VCs with bigger checks to follow up for the follow-on investment to our existing portfolio startups that need to raise for Series A or bridge round and expanding new markets. So that's why we're just working as 1+1 formula to offering to the foreign investors. So saying like we will invest the same amount as you invest in Uzbek startups, and at the same time we collaborating with several at the same time we are collaborating with several incubation acceleration programs. So we're planning to launch as a co-host or by ourselves launch several incubation acceleration programs at the same time, following by the laCafe Ventures programs and plug and play and IT PARK, etc. But still we need to increase the quality of our startups. Yeah.
He's not saying about the true story.
True
I love,
story?
I love the UZVC. It was a small fund. The government allocated small
1.5 million in the beginning.
1.5 million to the UZVC. It's a small check size.
In the beginning, yeah.
At the beginning, but they allocated up to more than 20 million to the startup as a grant. All these startups was failed, and after that they done the monitoring and everything, and traction was very bad. But their portfolio startups now 3x TMP or Moik, how much?
It's
More than 3x.
more than
And they said, let's give this money to the venture fund because they are doing well. Then the government is burning money for the startups as a grant. It was a fee from 50K up to 150K. They burned this money, but without traction. So at the beginning in the United States also, there is our American Research and Development Institute, and then they started doing the venture model, and they gave the money for the first ventures. The government, small business investment company gave the money for the founders who GPs who brought their money. 25% they put their money, and government gave them 75%. And after that, so many venture capital in the United States started, and they also doing this kind of thing. They are copying the Yozma model, Israeli startup nation. The Israel also burned money for the startup ecosystem. And anyway, it's a risky, but venture model is efficient than giving the grants. Just
So there's other governments and the ecosystem, so they should, I mean, create funds of funds, and they should work with the quality fund managers to invest, and the grants are not working, I guess.
Yeah, because we saw that how Ministry of Innovation just burned their money, and that's why we're not saying that we're against all the grants in the world. No, I'm just not saying, but some spheres it's better to give the private sector or VC investors. That's why.
Zainab, in when you was in IT Park, also now you're in IT Park Ventures, and I know that you are doing different also accelerators, and with us, BetterFuture. So why this kind of accelerator is important for the local VCs and also global VCs? What do you think?
So the reason why we organize both local and international acceleration and incubation programs is because part of the IT Park and IT Park Ventures role, and also nurturing the talent and helping our founders to get the knowledge from best experts. Because locally we do have amazing speakers, amazing experts who can give them knowledge, but we really like international experience on, for example, expanding to new markets, on how to structure the pitch deck that it would interest the international investors, and how to, for example, do the outreach to right investors, business angels, and also how to approach to clients, product development, investor relations, and also CSR strategy as well is really important. And in local programs, we also need this kind of initiatives and knowledge. That's why we bring international accelerators. and started the program with you as well. Better Future AI is like industry specific, and you bring a lot of knowledge on the AI specifically from different experts all around the world. And you also help to get exposure to our startups globally, to investors that are also presented here. They are visiting Uzbekistan, they're getting to know our ecosystem, and it helps with also exposure of our local ecosystem and helps us to build partnerships, to help our startups expand, to do co-investment.
Thank you. Thank you. We have limited time, so I will ask Davron, then I will ask Abdullah Khat for, I will give you 2 minutes and 2 minutes, please. Davron, what are some of the challenges you observe when it comes to scaling startups locally and globally both? What are the differences and how Alco Ventures and the CVC support that challenges and to the pass about for the startups?
Yeah, the problem is now money laundering and capital restriction for the foreign currency restriction also. We
Yes.
can't directly invest much money for the startups whose headquarters not in Tashkent. They should go to Delaware. They should go to Singapore, Dubai, London. And the problem it's for us a little bit hard to send follow-on investment and bringing other venture funds. The first one is capital restriction, but I'm talking with central bank. Now we are changing the legislation soon, and central bank will give an approval for some amount of money, and we will inform every investment. So we will solve this problem. It's one of the crucial challenge. And second one is, in my opinion, is a best solution will be if we create something for startups as a common law, or IT Park Enterprise is doing this job. But the problem is in capital markets. Capital market of Uzbekistan not yet developed. So if we do exits in 2-3 years, it's a problem now for their restriction, their requirements is a little bit tough. If you compare with Uzbekistan and capital markets, they have a 25%. You can sell the minimum 25%. You need Big Four audit for 3 years. Okay, this don't know, we can do it, but the problem is the valuation of this company is kind of not developed. If we go to the Astana or Dubai, it's much easier than being here. I think now angel investors and kind of entrepreneurs wants to give the money. I think Uzbek startup should do their IPOs, and Uzbek people should own this share. Not other countries, not other oligarch, maybe say. And I think capital market should be also reformed. Other problems is small, and we are doing them. And in 1.5 years, we will do all this alternative investment law, GPLP structures. Also, we can solve it.
Thank you, Davron. Abdullah, how do you see international co-investment evolving in Uzbekistan, and what's needed to make the ecosystem more attractive for global investors?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually, which actually we're working on. Naturally, if you have, let's say, a champion system or some successful case, you can easily say that this is the case. Look at us. So this is the huge story of successful startup becoming a unicorn or something. At the same time, our approach, what we can say, that just we need to, at the same time, need to prepare the funded pipeline, which aligns with foreign VC investors' investment strategy, investment thesis, and we just okay them to invest, ready to invest. So which was we see other addressing this as work on acceleration programs and working with venture studios, etc. And at the same time, let's say a legal comfort and exit opportunities. So meaning that investors can easily invest with the let's say something familiar mechanisms in Uzbekistan. That's why I think we need to work on legislation drastically change it, but or at least we have shortcuts like IT Park Enterprise is doing right now. So it's a great opportunity to investors enter the market and use this kind of shortcut and just be like, let's say, in the comfort zone on a legal basis. And at the same time, we can say that trusting partners. So usually it's easier to co-invest with someone to just somehow to delegate the risk and delegate the possibility of the risking startup. And at the same time, UZVC can offer, as I mentioned before, just partnership opportunities with the 1+1, and so we're open to collaborate as well the same.
Thank you. And with our local friends, we shared the deals. We shared the Uzbek pilau. That's how we became a partner. Thank you so much for attending. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear panelists. Thank you, Zainab. So that was great to have local investors, both as VECs and funds of funds together with us. So without losing much time, so we can pass to now our second panel, where we will now focus on the global perspective on Central Asia and Uzbek ecosystem. In the next panel, we will have we will be moderated by Gamze in our second panel, and we will have Jan Davidek from Purple Ventures, Imtiaz Basharat from Heartfelt, and Kelly Peng from Orbit Startups. Please, let's welcome them to the stage.
So hi everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. And welcome to our panel, Crossing Borders, Global Perspectives on Investing and Scaling from Central Asia. So as you know, in recent years, Central Asia has to gain more visibility in the global startup scene, and we are seeing more ambitious founders, stronger connections with international markets, and growing interest from investors all around the world. And today we will be here from 3 investors who bring global perspectives and first-hand experience from different regions. And they will share what they have observed, what opportunities they see here, and what it takes for startups in this region to grow and succeed on a global level. So before we dive into the discussions, could each of you briefly introduce yourselves and share a bit about your background?
Hi, I'm Kelly from Orbit Startups, Senior Program Manager. I look after all our internal and external programs and help to recruit new startups from those programs. Orbit Startups focuses on emerging and frontier markets. We really help to digitize traditional industries. We started in China. We've done a lot in Southeast Asia, and then we focused a lot in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Lately, we've been focusing a lot in the MENA region and also started investments in Sub-Saharan Africa and Latin America. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Jan. I'm a partner in Purple Ventures. We are a Czech-based European VC fund. Now we have opened our second vintage. Our first fund was 15 million euros, and it was only private money coming from our entrepreneurship. We have a profitable company, and we decided to give back to the ecosystem to support it. And after a few years, we opened our second fund, which is 40 million euros. We invest mainly in Europe. technology-based companies. Now we see a lot of shifts in AI and stuff like that. So we have some thesis about it, and we can discuss it.
Yeah, I'm MT. I'm from London, but I'm based in Berlin. I'm an investor at Heartfelt Capital. So we are a first check and pre-seed fund investing across Europe, across the US, and we're sector agnostic. Essentially, our thesis is to back founders at the earliest stage. So this is pre-revenue. This can be early as an idea. And we're really trying to tackle and find those kind of underrepresented founders who don't necessarily have the networks, and making sure that we can support them from kind of that 0 to 1 stage. We do checks of 100K up to 400K as the initial ticket, and then we can follow on to the seed round, etc.
Okay, thank you for the intros. And we can start with you, Kelly. Orbit has backed startups across South and Southeast Asia that scaled globally. And what common traits or strategies have you seen in those success stories that might be relevant for founders here in Central Asia and Caucasus?
So what we found a lot in emerging markets is not to over rely on the high profile, successful Silicon Valley style startups you see, and a lot of times the startups in the business models that the startups adopt in North America or Europe may not work very well in emerging markets from our experience. A lot of times you may need to rely more on looking at the local ecosystem. For example, maybe Uzbekistan doesn't apply as much, but from my experience in places like Bangladesh and Pakistan, for example, people don't use credit cards. They rely on their phone for a lot of transactions. So you need to play with the local ecosystem. And here I know there are a lot of fintechs coming up. So perhaps playing together with those local fintechs is probably a better strategy than trying to work with traditional banks, for example. And using more guerrilla marketing tactics, like no longer you can rely on Google and Facebook ads. They're way too expensive. Your return on investment is going to be low if you rely on that. So it's looking for synergies with other startups, other players in the ecosystem. Also, another thing we found with some of our startups is as attractive as like the largest city, and sorry for those guys from Tashkent, not deterring people away from doing business in your city, but it could be good to start off testing your solution in the second or third tier cities. Gain some traction, and then work your way into the rest of the country. We found sometimes also because the biggest cities tend to be very competitive as well, and sometimes without a proven solution you can get killed very quickly. So some of our startups actually worked their way around and started to build some success and traction in second or third tier cities, and then working with their way back into the capital city or other cities. So those are some of the things I would consider adopting for startups here in Uzbekistan.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's turn to Jen. You are about to make your first investment in the region. And what was your experience like evaluating Uzbek startups? And what convinced you to move forward with the deal? And can you also please tell us how the process moved on?
Yeah, so I think we will close the first investment in Uzbekistan in upcoming 2 weeks. We are really close to sign the contract. For us to understand the scope, we see around 3,000 startups per year, all the pitch decks, and we are very picky. We only do like 12, 15 investments per year. So our criteria was like all the same. We just try to find the best founders, the best ideas, the best projects, and also the best execution, which in my point of view, it's like ideas are worthless if you cannot execute. So for us, it was looking at the startup as we don't care where they come from. Our normal thesis is invest in Europe, but due to the fact that we are one of few funds in Europe that don't have like EU money, public money, we can, in the terms of investing, can alter our strategy. And if we see a promising startup anywhere in the world, we can probably do it as an exception. So with this startup, we evaluate it in the normal way. The process take a few steps that cannot be bypassed. So we checked on the team. At some point, we even asked the team to come to Czech Republic, to Prague, and to really in our own environment, in our office, to test the product so we can see it. We performed like due diligence, technical due diligence, because it's an AI, quite technology heavy project. So we hired like local European engineers from Prague Technical University. And for us, it's always the process is the same. So we just try to find the best people to invest to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the insights. So, it's your turn. So, as we wrap up the first half of 2025, what are your key observations about the early stage ecosystem across Central and Eastern Europe in terms of deal flow, funder quality, or investor activity?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would kind of break up Central Europe and Eastern Europe. So I'd say Central Europe includes Germany, which is a very mature ecosystem already. Then kind of at the bottom of Central Europe, you have the likes of Serbia, and then Eastern Europe, you have the Baltic states, Poland, etc. I won't talk about Germany and the like, because we all know what those ecosystems are like. But I'd say looking at Eastern Europe, there is a maturity of, I think, the quality and the volume of deal flow. And I think founders in that part of the world in Eastern Europe they're building good products. They are thinking globally in terms of their ambitions. And I think they're quite capital efficient. So you're kind of seeing this maturity go eastwards. And there was a couple of cases already where you've got unicorns from Poland to Lithuania with Vinted, Pipedrive Estonia, etc., where there's been success cases that early employees can learn from and then start to scale their own ventures. So there's a maturity in that sense. I think in the likes of Serbia, etc., though, they are really trying to get the ecosystem started. So there's this close involvement between the government, the academic world, and startup founders. I think what is crucial from the investor standpoint is there's a pickup in capital from the local capital, local funds, which are continuing to raise money and then continuing to deploy. But I think there's still one crucial gap around the kind of pre-seed stage, where there are seed funds which kind of are less de-risked or more de-risked, and you'll start to see more growth funds. But the stage that we invest at pre-seed, I think there's still a gap. I think it's still crucial, and I think there needs to be more that goes in, at least on the local capital level on that stage specifically.
Thank you so much. So, Kelly, I have a long one for you. Based on Orbit experience working across different regions, how important is it for startups from less connected ecosystems like Central Asia to gain early international exposure? And what advice would you give to founders here who are looking to enter markets like Southeast Asia, MENA, or even go global?
For a lot of these countries, you have to look at it for a startup to really be able to scale to a certain size and attract international investment. They need to have a sufficient market, and a lot of these countries don't have such a big market. Unless you were like India or maybe Indonesia, the market is simply not big enough. So you kind of to survive and sustain, and also to de-risk, because in a lot of these countries there are certain financial, political instabilities. You need to hedge your business with different markets to kind of ride out the downturns in a certain market. So it's essential to go kind of international to other markets to survive, not even to say scale. And when you're doing that, we have a lot of experience. So for example, we have startups. We have a startup called Blink from Pakistan, grocery market delivery. Scaled from, they started in Pakistan and now they're also in Bangladesh and Saudi Arabia, for example. But you need to look at those markets, and the important thing for them is looking to learn about the local customs, the local ecosystem, the religions, the infrastructure, the legal frameworks to navigate those, and finding some good mentors on the ground before you go there is really important. And I would say to consult people, both locals, but also expats who've had some success in the region to get some mentors on those sides to see both sides of the stories, because locals always sometimes paint a really nice picture of their country. Oh, come to us, come to us. But you should also talk to the people who've tried scaling into those markets and some of the difficulties they've encountered and challenged, and really have a customized approach to each market you go into. Personally, I find that you just need to spend time there. You should just go there and live there for a month and work remotely from there, to experience what the locals are doing and learn about the local ways of doing things in the ecosystem before you go in. So the market research is really important. And so, yeah, it's essential to scale. Once you have some traction, you've proved your product market fit, it's almost crucial in these markets to scale to your neighbors or other countries.
Okay, thank you. So Yan, what lessons or frameworks guided your decision-making process for this investment? And what would you recommend to other Uzbek and Central Asian startups who seek investments from other European VCs?
I think the most crucial thing for us, we would probably not invest into company that would directly approach us. We got to this company via you, Domino, Demo Day, and basically you are for us as a bridge between those regions, yeah, that you can connect us here. So I would suggest local startups to attend these types of events where there are like partners like Domino who can bridge the gap between the regions, because normally our thesis is invest in Europe. So we would probably do that if the startup would approach us directly. But if there is like a pre-selection that we are guided by partners like you, and that's why we are here as well. And we try to expand to different locations, not worldwide or East Europe wise. So I think that's important. And another advice to the founders would be what I see quite often, that there are like great teams, great technical talents in Eastern Europe and here in the region, but sometimes the companies or the founders are with a great team working on a wrong problem. Yeah, and I saw, I don't know, it's Serbia, Moldova, it's those small countries, and there are startups in 2025, and they are working on some kind of marketplace or a vintage clone and something like that, and they don't understand that it's irrelevant in the global perspective. Yeah, and I'm not saying that project or startup cannot be successful on that local market. And in case of Uzbekistan, if you have like 40 million people, it's maybe enough, but it's not enough for like the international investors. Yeah, so I would suggest focus on where the world is heading with AI and some post-AGI concepts of the world, how it will look like, the shift of future of work and these things. And really be sure that with your great team and the effort you put in, that you are working on the right problem.
Thank you so much. So Imti, what's your perspective on emerging markets, and how do you view the potential of ecosystems like Uzbekistan? And are there any similarities or differences compared to other markets you have worked in?
Yeah, so I think with any ecosystem, I mean, this is a competitive environment. Lots of new ecosystems are popping up across emerging markets, and it's about how do you stand out, and each ecosystem will have its own strengths. But I think there are some fundamental things when I'm looking at a new ecosystem to try and understand like how tied up it is. And I'm talking like all of the stakeholders should be very aligned in terms of how they want the ecosystem to look in a few years from now. There are a few core components, I think, of a good ecosystem, particularly in emerging markets. So it's having kind of that local capital infrastructure. So you have the government funds which are ready to support new funds, new startups. I think a key piece is around founder education. So having some sort of access for founders to learn from experts on like how to pitch, how to put together a deck, how to think about business models, etc. And then I think the last component is making sure that your local ecosystem or emerging market ecosystem has connections to bigger markets like the UK, the US, Germany, France, etc. what I've seen, I mean, I've only been in Uzbekistan for 2 days, 2 to 3 days. But it seems to me like the right steps are being taken now to make sure that the ecosystem has those three aspects together. We were thankfully hosted by IT Park today, and we got to have more conversations around how they see this. And I think I'm certainly hearing the right thoughts and the right questions being asked. So yeah, that's what I'd say in terms of, yeah, each ecosystem develops in its own way. I think there are similarities in a lot of the emerging ones right now. I think people are thinking about it in similar ways. Yeah, I don't, yeah, on the second part, maybe not so clear, but I think now, like the next 2 to 3 years for Uzbekistan and the ecosystem are crucial, but it seems like the right foundations are being laid. There is this focus, I think, also understanding that founders need to think more globally in this market. And certainly as a global investor, like meeting Uzbek founders who are already thinking about not just what pain am I solving in the local market, but actually how can I build something which will appeal to a market beyond Central Asia, I think is the way to go. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you once again to Kelly, Yan, and Imti, not only joining for us today, but for contributing to growth of this ecosystem through your insights and experience. And also thank you for being with us today. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you to our dear panelists for sharing their insights from a global perspective on Central Asia and Uzbekistan ecosystem. So normally we were going to have a break here, but since we are behind the schedule now, we are continuing directly with the pitch decks. Oops. Just a second, sorry. Okay, so we can continue with the pitch decks. So first, I would like to introduce you. To our jury members. So first, like as you just listen to them, we have Jan from Purple Ventures, Imti from Heartfelt, and Kelly representing Orbit Startups. And together with our jury in person, there are also global and international VCs joining us online. You can see them here. For example, we have Blackwood with us, Pragmatech from UK, Launchup Ventures, 0100 from Slovakia, Almas Capital, Stargent Capital, 11 Ventures, Geek Ventures, Go Ahead Ventures, Startup Wise Guys, and Purpose Tech from Czechia. And also we have, again, investors, 2125 from UK, Decacorn Angels, Accelerate Prosperity, Simya from Turkey, Axel, South Central Ventures, Go Global World, XZP, MA7 Ventures, Plug and Play, Caucasus Ventures, Pasha Holding, Axiom, B4YO Capital, and Sabaha. Yeah. And so first, we will start with laCafe. And we will be hearing about their journey and their growth. And Maftuna, one of the co-founders, will be with us and delivering the pitch deck. Yeah.
Where can I see the timer? Yes, it's working. So hello, my name is Maftuna. I'm a product manager of laCafe, automating restaurant operations from A to Z. Running a restaurant is not just about food. It's all about managing orders, delivery, staff, and inventory. When everything was managed manually by writing on paper traditionally, it led to huge chaos and loss of profit. And then digital tools came, but still, because of the lack of integration between the systems, restaurants have seen still errors, delays, and losses. And that's why we create laCafe. It's an all-in-one management platform built specifically for restaurants. Oops, it's not working. Yes, thank you. So laCafe is an all-in-one management platform built specifically for restaurants. It's not just a POS system. We offer white label apps to increase orders. We offer order and delivery management, analytics and prediction dashboard, and marketing tools to keep current customers for restaurants. With us, with laCafe, restaurants have seen 44% growth in profit and 42% increase in order volume. This is how the system generally works. Orders taken from different sources came to one single dashboard, which is very easy to monitor and track a status, and they are delivered in two ways, either with in-house delivery systems or third-party delivery services. And laCafe easily integrates with different systems and services to provide better and easier management for restaurants. Of course, there are lots of management tools in Central Asia, for example, Deliver, Verifix, 1C, and ICO. But they are either very generalized for different type of businesses, which is very hard to use for restaurants, or they are lack of management tools. But unlike them, we offer not only order and delivery management or white label apps, but we offer management over marketing tools and loyalty programs so that restaurants will not only increase their order volume, but keep current customers. Our restaurant market is very big. It's totally $36 billion and $24 million in Uzbekistan, and we are planning to expand into Central Asia and MENA. laCafe works in SaaS business model and offers two different pricing options and additional packages for HR, finance, warehouse management, and also management over loyalty programs and marketing tools. June, we are closing with $8,000 MRR. We are launched in only July 2024. Our ARPU is $150. Our CAC is $200, and it takes only 2 days to onboard a new client. And these are 52 clients from all over Uzbekistan. Let me share some success stories from our early journey. When we launched it in Uzbekistan, we partnered with Yevu fast food chain, and they saw 80% increase in profit and 114% increase in amount of order, which is very fantastic for us in early part of our journey. Over 12 months, as we are planning to reach 100 plus clients, $33,000 MRR, and expand to Central Asia and some of Arabian countries. And also, we are planning to launch some AI features for restaurants to manage load between branches, to optimize delivery, and to take feedbacks from their customers more productively. And in the first quarter of the next year, we are planning to reach break-even with $80,000 traction quarterly. And now we are raising $250,000 for 12 months for new features for sales and marketing and operational expenses. And this is our brilliant team. We have co-founders with business and IT experience. We have CTO who worked in one of the biggest aggregators, Flowo. We have CMO with specific B2B sales experience. I'm a product manager, and we have an advisor with 10 plus years of experience in the restaurant industry. And at the end of our journey, we are planning to exit to large ecosystem players and fast food aggregators and consulting and analytics firms for data licensing. And thank you, this is laCafe. We are helping restaurants to run smarter, faster, and more productively. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. As I was talking about the founders solving the wrong problems, you are solving the right problem. Actually, in my opinion, we have similar investment in a CE region company that is doing the same. They are fastest growing in the CE region, having like 11,000 restaurants right now in, I think, 10 or 14 countries. My question is, how you plan to expand to other countries due to the fact that usually this business is you need to talk to the people, to the restaurant owners?
Yes, yes. So in Uzbekistan, let me explain how we did it. We actually did also door-to-door talk with communication with restaurants, and the most effective way of talking with them was working with partners who set like different systems for restaurants, so that we partnered with them so that they can offer our system for restaurants. And this was the very fast and productive way of reaching restaurants. And for expanding, we're also thinking about this option, and now we are talking with partners who can run laCafe in the Central Asian countries and some Arabian countries.
Okay, so we also have some questions online. For example, Salma from Go Ahead Ventures asked about with your MRR and with your traction, what's driving your growth so far, and how will you accelerate to reach your 100K MRR target by 2026?
The most effective way to do is, as there are only 20,000 restaurants in Uzbekistan, the better way to reach those MRR will be to expand in other countries, and also to reach that, to accelerate our growth. We are planning to work with partners who, so that it will be easier to expand to another countries, and with more clients, we will be reaching more MRR. And until this time, since launch and until this time, we didn't really focus on sales, but from coming months, we are really want to focus on sales, to hire more sales specialists, and this will be the key factor for accelerating growth.
Okay, thank you, Maftuna, for the presentation and your answers. So we will continue with our second
Thank you.
startup. Thank you. So next, we have Mabyan AI, and Bunyot is the founder, and he will be telling about their journey.
One. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Bunyat. Our company is Mabyan AI. We boost sales with AI. We are B2B SaaS AI product. So it's not working. We solve mainly 3 problems. So first problem is 50% of sales team time is wasted for wrong deals. Means they focus on deals which never convert. What we do is we score each deal with our AI model, taking data from our clients' CRMs, and automatically prioritize top 20% deals for sales teams. Second problem is sales managers spend about 2 or 3 hours to sheet work, still missing 99% of the issues. So we do 100% analyzing with deep metrics. We are like AI copilot for sales team. We give instant feedback with coaching, so sales managers could increase their conversions. Third problem is 65% of the time sales leaders waste on sheet work, on routine work. What we do is we take this routine work with our AI copilot, auto-filling CRM, auto-moving leads across pipeline, and open and close tasks. This is our dashboard, how it works. So what's our traction? Our traction MRR is 1K now, it's cash, and 9K for Moliy. We have 10 clients from Uzbekistan, 9 clients from Uzbekistan, 1 is from UAE. we've been accepted into Domino Ventures Accelerator, as you know here. Market size is total market about $12 billion. MENA and Turkey, which is our second market, which we want to focus, is $1.2 billion. And for Central Asia, it's $500 million. Who is our client? Our main client is construction companies. Second one is education companies. Third one, car dealers. And fourth one, food supplements. Competition analysis, global companies. We have a lot of companies globally, but in MENA, Turkey, and Central Asia, we don't have countable, competitors. Our main difference is our scoring model and our philosophy. Our philosophy is to bring sports-like spirit in each sales team. Our business model is out-of-the-box solution. First one, 2K monthly for minimum 10 sales reps. And second one is custom solution starting from 3K. And third one is partnering with SaaS integrators. Our roadmap for 2025 is reach 70K ARR and focus on only construction companies for this year. And 2026 is our year for expanding into other Central Asian countries, mainly to Kazakhstan, and reach 500K ARR here in Central Asia. Our plan for 2027 is to expand into MENA and Turkey. This is our team behind the magic. Me as CEO and co-founder, 4 years in B2B marketing and sales. Elzar Palvanov is our co-founder as well. He's COO with 4 years in IT project management. Our CTO is Otabek. He works in IPAM as well, part-time, and he has 5+ years experience in AI and ML engineering. That's it.
Thank you, Bunyod. So is there, I think Imti has a question for you.
Yep, thank you for your presentation. I'm curious, how did you decide to go after the construction market? And I guess what insights do you have about the construction market that influenced your ability or your decision to go with them first?
Yeah. Other type of companies I counted here, they have really low margin and low MRR. If we impact construction companies, they earn millions of dollars. At least if we impact 1%, they can feel our impact in the money. So we are focusing now in only construction companies. We can have more impact in this type of companies, we think.
Quick question. You mentioned AI, so I'm guessing you have some kind of machine learning platform engine there. So what's unique about your AI and especially the data set you're training on?
We are most accurate AI in Uzbek language and other Central Asian languages for Central Asia, but I cannot count for MENA and Turkey for now, but we will have unique point in Turkey and MENA as well.
Okay, and we have also one anonymous question. Digital content consumption habits vary widely across regions. What is Mebion's go-to-market and localization strategy for emerging markets like MENA or Central Asia, which was actually, I think, you responded partially, but would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah. Our go-to-market GTM for MENA and not for Central Asia, mostly for MENA is we move to MENA. And as founder, it will be founder-led sales, cold sell. We will cold sell. It's about B2B, It's more effective way for B2B is cold selling.
Okay, thank you, Bunyod. So thank you for the presentation and your answers. So let's continue with the next startup. Thank you. Okay, so next we have Bunyod, and we will be hearing about Moliy AI and how they trying to solve the credit risk assessment in Uzbekistan and Central Asia.
All right, everybody. Hello, my name is Begzot, and today we're going to talk about Moliy AI, which is credit scoring for credit invisible people. So first, let's start with story. So let's imagine that my name is Rustam, and I live in Fergana region, where I have a farmland, stable income, I pay my utility bills, and local reputation. But I applied for a loan, and they rejected. So what traditional systems see? They see that I don't have a credit history. They see that I don't have any official income and never had a banking relationship. This is what we have in, sorry. This is what the usual population in our Uzbekistan they're experiencing. They are invisibles, not because just they don't pay, but because the system cannot see them. So for the MFI and BNPL companies, there's a problem as well. They are not able to scale in the rural areas because this is a high default rates and they're missing their potential revenue there. And here, yeah, sorry. It's yes. So here we come with the solution. The solution is AI-powered credit scoring for lenders to assess customers without traditional histories. So first, what we do, we collect the data. We collect any data that we can measure. This is unofficial data, the data based on the customer's word, let's say. So this might be income, spendings, profession, purchase intent, turnover, assets, and also then we add our analysis like purchase behavior, asset intent analysis. After we handle it to our machine learning algorithm, which then identify the patterns with the same type of clients and provides the potential outcome. The outcome will be as an approval rate, amount, and period. This what the companies, the BNPL and MFI is gonna see. So based on that, they are able to make a decision on that particular client. So for now, the overall market in Asia is 3.2 billion, and in Uzbekistan, the obtainable market is at 45 million. We are going first to Fergana Valley because we are searching for agriculture hub. And Fergana Valley is the best in agriculture in Uzbekistan, and the third economy of Uzbekistan is there as well. All right. Of course, we have competitors, and one of the main competitors is Zipple AI. But Zipple AI is mainly focused in the banks and big microfinance organizations in Central Asia. We are going with our home-made analysis, which is purchase behavior and asset-based analysis. And we are not like a credit bureau, we're not working with them, just because we don't need official data to be entered in our machine learning algorithm. So our business model is we are in a B2B sector, and for now we have 3 packages. Our clients from less than a $1 million turnover per month will be at 0.5%, and more than 5 million at 0.3%. So first of all, before working with any client, first we check their data, whether we will be able to work with them or not. Our roadmap, after Uzbekistan, we are going to enter India, Indonesia, and Pakistan because these countries are emerging countries like Uzbekistan, and they have the similar issue of underbanked people in their population. So we need 350,000 to achieve our plans in 25 and 26. We're going to spend it to team expansion, infrastructure, and market expansion. For now, we are a team of 4 people. We're all from the same background, information technology, but we're experts in different fields as well. So we came up to solve such a unique problem in Uzbekistan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bunyat. So, yeah.
Can you please give us more details where you get the data? Because I would understand that the problem why the people are invisible for the systems of banks is that they don't have any cards, they don't have any electronic payments. They basically use cash for like income and also for their spending. So how do you get the data from cash operations?
So we took the rough data of BNPL companies who are working in Uzbekistan. We're not taking the data from Tashkent, we're taking the data from the regions, the BNPL companies who are not sending their, let's say, their portfolio to credit bureau. So we talked to them. We understood how many branches they have, how much disbursement roughly they have during the month, and based on that, because they're already working with that kind of clients. The only thing is that they want to lend more. So we already have this market.
Sorry if I missed it, but how many clients are you working with now? Do you have any paying clients?
Currently, we have 2 BNPL, and we're going to onboard 1 MFI.
Okay, and also we received some similar questions that our in-person jury already asked, for example, from Denis, but maybe we can look at Veronica's question. So she's asking, who takes the risk for the invisible people? How do you prevent them actually being high risk for banking services, and how do you manage the risk?
So the risk is, so we have a risk, so we provide the accuracy. First of all, for the first 3 or 4 months, we make a proof of concept. So first we check how the model works in actual data. And after we checking the actual data, if the owner of that particular BNPL or MFI is satisfied with the results, in that case, we are starting our contract.
Okay, great. So by the way, since we have a limited time, we are not able to ask all the questions that we receive online. So that's why I'm just trying to ask 1 or 2 questions at max. So thank you, Bunyod, for your telling about Moliy AI, and thank you for the presentation. So next we have Norm, and he will be telling about PromptLab and their journey.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Mohammed, but the short version is Norm. So I'm going to introduce a PromptLab. It's AI agents for manufacturing. So global manufacturing sector amounts for $16 trillion, and 3 to 5% of manufacturing deals lost to deals, missed opportunities. And it amounts for 480 billion loss annually due to inefficient sourcing, poor supplier intelligence, and so on. And it takes 1 email or spreadsheet to mess up this whole supply chain process. We are offering digital workers for manufacturing, starting with procurement. I'm introducing Mary. It's Mary Atlas for AI procurement engineer for the manufacturing teams. It's basically proactive digital worker for manufacturers. We basically shortlist, hire vendors, emails, suppliers, and gets rates and so on. How it works, it's pretty simple. It will integrate with existing stack of manufacturers with emails, ERPs, and documents, and then it will monitor reactively and proactively for suppliers communication. So it does basically operations. Here's a product overview. Here, Mary contacted potential suppliers, and then it got the lead time, unit price, annual capacity, also the certifications, and so on. Here's a sample communication happening in the platform where Mary contacted through email and it got response. What makes us different? We are the active sourcing platform, so it just basically Mary sources while you are sleeping as well. So it doesn't need to be supervised. It only needs supervised for decision making, but operations it will do it autonomously. AI negotiates itself as well. We have a product catalog comparison. So if we are focusing on chemical sector, so we compare product catalogs where there is a deep technical expertise needed, which AI excels very, very well. We are building vertical agents, so it's vertical. So we are focusing manufacturing and then chemical sector. Of course, the decision making involves human in the loop. So our market size is huge. It's more than $50 billion. So we are focusing this initially manufacturers, 5,000 manufacturers. We pivoted in the beginning of the BetterFuture Acceleration Program. It's been 2 months. In 2 months, we have reached 36,000 annual recurring revenue, and we deployed 7+ agents for internal operations, for customer onboarding, customer support, and we stayed more than 10+ hours. We have 3 paid customers, 2 from Uzbekistan, 1 from US. We partnered with Verdion, which is AI business intelligence for the supplier credits. We also partnered with Global Supply Chain Council based on Hong Kong with AI agent workshops for lead generation and corporation. And we got Heijian for case studies as well. Here's our business model. So we are offering 6,000, 12,000, 25,000 for all type of manufacturing, basically for operation automation. Here's our team. My name is Norm and Nurullah and Ozatbek. We have all studied in Europe and work in the US and European companies. I myself worked on a global supply chain company, which we reached more than 1 million RRR in Germany. And we are asking for 450,000 USD, mainly on engineering, GTM sales, infra, and compliance for ISO, GDPR, so on. Our target goal after receiving fund is to reach 1 million RR end of 2026, but worst case scenario is like 500,000. So we are actually not replacing humans. We are turning into 1 to 100. We believe the next industrial revolution won't be powered by a headcount. It will be powered by the intelligent digital workers.
Thank you. Thank you, Norm. So yeah, do we have any questions from the jury in person? No, I guess not. So let's look at the questions online. So we have one question from Artem. So he's asking about those 3 paying clients. How do they use the platform? What are the key use cases and key value?
So basically, our 3 customers are all from the chemical sector and the similar product. So they are using for product catalog comparison, supplier onboarding. Basically, in the chemical sector, there is so many compliance and there is so many tech specifications like melting point, penetration point, and so on, which requires expert analysis and takes weeks of time. So our AI agent is reaching out to suppliers, getting these catalogs and comparing company catalog to them and shortlisting right suppliers to the company and also following up.
Okay, thank you. And here is another question again from Artem. So he's asking, how do you measure the ROI from the pilots and how many clients out of 10 pilots do you expect to convert?
We expect to convert hopefully all of them, but from what we see, like we expect to convert like at least six of them because they are all from chemical sector. So we are focusing right now on that.
Okay, so I think yeah, that's all. Thank you, Norm, for the presentation and your answers.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, and next we have Spaceborne with us, and Akror, the founder, will be talking about how do they provide a solution in the space tech industry. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aaron, and I lead Spaceborne. We are building a space industry with no gatekeepers. When we initially started with a bold idea to launch rockets on microwave beams, but along the way we figured out how to monetize the core technology now. A compact, simple satellite engine that provides mobility and the solution to remove satellite from orbit at the end of its life. And here's the thing. In the existing market, if we look, there is a pressure from the new regulations that are demanding more and more satellites to have an engine on board so the satellite can be removed from orbit at the end of its life. And at the same time, the existing engine solutions are either they are costly or slow to certificate, some of them export controlled, up to 15,000 satellites to be launched by the end of this decade. And the existing solutions either over-engineered or they are underpowered. So is it working? Yeah. So the solution, we call it Resistor in a box. So it is a fully integrated satellite engine solution that is simple, low pressure. It can operate in multiple modes, so it can be at low power or high efficiency at high power. It is fault tolerant and will be ECSS qualified. So this is a European standard. And here's a product snapshot. So this is a engine model. It's 0.5 kilogram in weight, up to 5 years of lifetime in orbit. with a unit cost of around 30 to 50,000, depending on the configuration. So you simply connect your wires of your satellite, 4 M3 bolts, 30 minutes of software integration, and now your satellite is in control of its orbit. So the market for the satellite engines is around of 1.5 billion with a growth rate of 15%, and half of the satellites to be launched in the coming years need a solution to remove them from orbit at the end of their life. So we're going to make money on selling the engine units, on the integration fees, and also on the health and analytics work. So let me share our traction. At the pre-product stage, we have managed to onboard 2 customers. One is for the government satellite technology demo project. The budget is already allocated. We are finalizing the paperwork. The launch will be next year. And also the second customer, it is at the LOI stage, but we're working with them to integrate our thruster on the satellite. This is for the satellite of a Japanese university. The launch will be in 2027. Let me share our roadmap. So this year, we're finalizing the product. Next year, there will be launch to orbit. So we'll make an orbit demo. The same year, we will present an upgraded version of our product. And in 2027, we're going to reach 20 units sales with our break-even at around 7 units. And by the end of 2028, we're aiming to reach 100 units sales with a revenue of 10 million. Okay, so team, I'm Aran. I have a background in Uzbekistan Space Agency. I led the division for the implementation of new technologies. Abe is from Ministry of Innovations. He led the STEM and business projects. Max is a Dardan MBA. He's our finance and investment guy. So we're looking for 1 million seat to make the production line for the engine models and to upgrade our lab. We're looking for investors with expertise in deep tech and also in general expertise as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Akror. So do we have any questions in jury? Yeah, I think Jan has one.
My question is, what would be your exit strategy? Because us as investors needs to make money at some point on our investments, and I see this area a little bit problematic because there are no buyers actually, because it could be SpaceX maybe. All the others are basically governmental or European Space Agency and these.
Yeah, so I have 10 years background in space industry. So what I know is that first of all, the company should be global. We incorporated in Delaware, bank account also there. So we are going to make a global business and look for a strategic buyer. It won't be in a space agency like a European Space Agency or NASA. It can be company like SpaceX, can be Boeing, Lockheed, something. The companies that build satellites and are looking for the vertical integration so they can have their satellite, the thruster solution for their satellite.
And okay, so we also have one, like multiple questions, but one of them is about your strategy to convert pilot customers into repeat buyers, especially with your product life cycles spanning several years.
So space industry is booming. There are lots of various products, and the common strategy is that you make your product on orbit as quickly as possible. It's called heritage. So it's flight proven. And with that, you go to customers that you have on board. It is flying. It's proven that it's working. Your risk is low, and you sell your features. That it can operate in multiple modes. It's easy to integrate. This is very important because, especially I mentioned, it can operate in the low power mode. This is a huge pain for the satellite designers. So we're going to strike in 2 ways: features and flight heritage. Usually, the satellite model, like an engine, takes several years to develop and to go to orbit. So we started development this year. We're integrating to the customer satellite this year and launching next year. So it is quite quick compared to many other competitors.
Okay, thank you, Akror, both for the presentation and your answers. So next, we have TenderGPT, and Rustam is the CEO of the company. Will be telling about their solution and their company.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rustam, and I'm the CEO of TenderGPT. TenderGPT is an electronic trading platform created to simplify procurement for businesses. So as you know, in procurement, there are two sides, supplier and buyer. And procurement department is considered the most risky to corruption. And there are also other problems, such as limited access to market analytics, high purchase prices, lack of competitive suppliers. For example, one of the biggest plant in Uzbekistan procured mining tires. And the problem was that only one company won almost 90% of the tenders, were overpriced by 50%, which led to company loss more than $50 million. So we solve this problem by creating a solution. We offer a transparent procurement platform that enable business to publish and participate in tenders. From the buyer side, we offer tender posting, manage bids, procurement price optimization, generate of tender documents, and also supplier price analytics. For supplier, we offer search for relevant tenders, automate of bid submission, AI-powered predicting chance of winning, and also market analytics. Here is the interface of our platform. We differentiate from the state procurement platform that we are more flexible, we have less regulation, faster deals, and we can adapt our platform to business needs. We will implement 4 main AI tools: AI Assistant to search for relevant tenders. This is mainly for suppliers. AI Broker, also to suppliers. It helps to prepare and submit tender documents. AI Purchasing Commission, it mostly for customers, for buyers. It helps to evaluate supplier proposals. And AI Financial Police, it helps to detect corruption lots and predict. Our target market is 90 million. It's based on a hybrid model of transaction fee on each deal and subscription fee. So we are partnering with a TenderZone. TenderZone is aggregator of tender in 6 countries. It has then more than 22,000 suppliers on this platform, and it's our own product. And we are planning to attract these suppliers to our platform to participate in lots on TenderGPT. So now we are mainly focused on attracting customers, buyers, big companies such as Nestle, Coca-Cola, Murad Buildings, and others. For the next 2 years, we will settle down in Uzbekistan and then expand to Central Asia by attracting suppliers and customers to Uzbek market and to be on the Central Asia market. This is our team. We have more than 10 years experience in tenders and state procurement. Our core team is mainly focused on this project. We're full-time in this project, and we have an outsourced IT developers team. So our monetization model based on subscription and commission on each transaction. We have three types of subscription, start from $250 per year, and we have commission starts from 0.3% of each deal. And also in the future, we will implement additional services such as AI features and data monetization. So we are raising 400K, and we will distribute it to launch and scale AI models, to create data infrastructure, also spent on marketing, and also important part is to train customers and suppliers how to work in procurement and onboard them on our platform. So TenderGPT, we are changing B2B procurement ecosystem in Uzbekistan.
Thank you, Rustam, for the presentation. So do we have, yeah, Imti has one question.
Thank you for your presentation. The tendering process, I think, and what you're trying to address is building trust into the process. How are you exactly planning to go after, you had Coca-Cola and Nestle. How do you plan to build trust with them to then actually procure through your platform versus what they're using at the moment?
How customers...
How do you build trust with the likes of a Coca-Cola and Nestle to move onto your platform for procurement?
Actually, the thing is that now they are post their procurement, post their tenders on Telegram groups, on websites. It's not the whole system. So actually, they came to our office by themselves and said, we want to post our tenders. And because we are on this market more than 10 years, they came to our office and asked to post on TenderZone. But TenderZone, it's a tender aggregator. It cannot be posted on this platform. And that's how the idea came to us, and we started to creating our platform. And yesterday we went to Murad Buildings. It's one of the biggest construction companies, and they like our product, and they want to start. We gave them a demo access to our platform, and they will access our platform.
Okay, thank you. And we also have another question about how from Artem. So how basically how do you plan to achieve your goals, which is 50K, generating 50K in daily transaction by the end of the year? How are you planning to get those level of traction?
So we have a good cooperation with a lot of the companies, like big companies, as I said. And we also have a sales team, like 5 people. And now we are negotiating with these big clients. And yes, by the end of this year, we're planning to attract 50 paying clients. And now, as I said, we are mainly focused on the customers, on buyers, because we only have to attract buyers. We don't need to attract suppliers.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Rustam, for the presentation and for the answers.
Thank you.
So next, we have TIRGO, and Mirzo Babur, the product manager of TIRGO, will be telling us about how do they provide solutions in logistics stacks in Central Asia. So you will have this one, okay, to the next one.
Okay. Thank you, Tahir. Hello, everyone. My name is Mirzo Babur. We are building B2B SaaS platform to transform cross-logistics platform, cross-border logistics in Central Asia by replacing cash-based, outdated operations to online and no cash method. Okay. Our core team is working over here, and we are building business and product for ground up. We combine expertise in logistics, sales, operation, and sales, and we are fully committed to this journey. So today, transport companies in Central Asia still rely on the cash payments and informal border agents to process documents and toll payments. This process is slow, expensive, and lack of transparency and predictability. TIRGO offers fully remote platform to automate all this process. Transport companies has access everything to manage document processing and toll payments, all of this online, and they can manage drivers, can make a service and pay toll, all this online. Cash, no chaos. Why it matters? CFOs want predictability, managers want full visibility, drivers want to focus on the road, and the government want auditability. So how it works? Company sign up, add fleet details, add drivers, request service online, pay online, and track everything. We run transactional CSS model. After every service is fulfilled, we take a commission. We have web application and mobile application is fully alive, and more than 50 companies is onboarded, and more than 400 drivers are active, registered. So here are our numbers. We launched in 24 September, and we are proud of our user retention. And we have 28,000 MRR. Here our traction, and in 24 we started with 2 services, and nowadays we run with 10 services and more than 50 companies and 400 trucks with MRR $28,000. So here our market size with expansion to the Eurasia and MENA. We are seeing more than $200 million. With the sum is more than $50 million, and the sum is $1 million. This is for months. Unlike ES Store, this is full car platform or freight finders RTSU. TIRGO units all this process from document handling, full payment, online full payment, and to all this to one platform. In 25, we want to expand for more countries and integrate with the local document system and toll payments. For the 26, we plan to add services, online full payment, and launch online marketplace for freight finding. By 27, we want to have a leading position in Eurasian logistics operations in a cross-border. So we are seeing 300,000 pre-seed funding. This is for market expansion and product development, operation sales, and for sales and acquisitions. Thank you for your time. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mirza Babur. So yeah, I think Kelly has one question for you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. So your solution, part of it, the cross-border, relies a lot on working with the governments. So you say you're working with Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and you're working with the governments on the cross-border documentation already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And with other countries, how confident you can get those governments to work with you?
Every country has a cross-border processing in document. That's why we want to work with in Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkey, and other Eurasian countries. All of them has a cross-border processing documents. That's why we want to work with all of countries which has a cross-border document system.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
What about Incoterms, integration with the government, customs, and kind of thing? The Incoterms,
how are you
FCA
integrating with the governmental system for cross-border?
In cross-border, there are one system in every country.
Yes.
Every country's system is not separate, but it's united like Incoterms.
Yes, of course. This is not in our case.
So you're not integrating with those systems?
No. We
Okay.
don't integrate.
So how do you then work with those transactions? Like, can you tell us again, like basically, like how do you help logistic companies for their cross-border?
In a cross-border, they are informal agents, which they are doing process documents in a cache. We are doing this in a remotely based in our platform.
Okay. Okay. And so we also have one question from Denise from Almas Capital. So she's asking, are you integrating? Okay, I think that's almost the same question. So maybe we can look at the last question we got. What is your pricing model and how is the 20K, 28K MRR structured?
As I said, our transactional model is CSS based. After each service is done, we take a commission from every service is fulfilled.
And
this is our.
Are you planning to also integrate subscription model?
Yes, of course, we are planning to integrate subscription model when we launch our digital freight marketplace, and this is for to connect carriers and shippers for secure connecting. After this function, we'll add a subscription model.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Mirza Babar, for the presentation and for the answers. Thank you. And lastly, we have now TPM Solutions, and Kondamir is the CEO and one of the co-founders of the company, and he will be telling us about their journey.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Kondamir, CEO and co-founder of TPM. So we are a B2B SaaS platform for residential buildings. So we are fixing $10 billion problem. Residential buildings are stuck in the past. Building managers waste up to 40% of their budget on coordination chaos. Maintenance ticket lost, dead price for service charge, missed deadlines, you name it. No, backward. Here? Up, no. Okay. In Uzbekistan, it's even worse. $20 million market, it still operates on paper and phone calls. So we built TPM, one platform to manage residential buildings effortlessly. So how it works? First, we automate maintenance requests. Today, when something breaks, residents message or call someone and then wait. It's slow, manual, and things often get missed or forgotten. With TPM, maintenance requests are submitted digitally and instantly routed to the right stuff and tracked from start to finish along with the photo updates. The second, we collect payments smarter. If a resident hasn't paid their service charge, the system automatically restricts the elevator access. They will still get into the building, but they will need to take the stairs. It's simple, but it works. The third, we connect everyone. Residents can get updates, receive announcements, report issues, all in one direct channel. No more messy group chats. And the fourth is we scale. We use analytics to help management teams to prevent future problems. So this is our product lineup. We have resident app, we have CRM for management companies, and we have app for third-party vendors. Our market is $20 million in Uzbekistan, but we're targeting Central Asian and MENA region with $2.5 billion. We are in the discussion phase with Tajikistan partners. So we have 6,000 plus residents onboarded with 1,000 MRR, and we have more than 30 buildings are in the pipeline. We make money on 3 channels. First, building management company subscriptions, and the second is commissions on vendor services. It's 15% of transaction value, and the third is advertisement placements on the resident app and the future data monetization. This is our team. I have worked in residential building management companies in London. We have our CTO. He has deep tech experience and he runs his own IT company. We have advisor. She's the chairman of the Association of Building Management Companies in Uzbekistan. So we're raising 250K to expand into neighboring countries. It will be used for hiring and IoT devices purchased for the elevators. If you want to back the future of building management in emerging markets, please come to talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Kondamir. So do we have any questions from in-person jury? I guess not. So let's look at the questions online. So one question is about, so the total addressable market is 10 billion and Uzbekistan market is 20. So how do you plan to capture the value beyond the local market? So basically, like, how are you planning to expand into other countries and other regions in the globe?
We already started our first partnership into Tajikistan. It's gonna be in the GV structure. So we have our partners. So they run all the operations in Tajikistan. Yes.
Okay, and also there's another question. What specific data will you monetize in the future, and how will you ensure user privacy and data protection?
Mostly it will be data that will be interesting to the banks, who is spending how much, and how much they're spending. Yeah.
It won't be as sensitive data.
No,
you are saying.
It will be anonymous.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Kondamir, for the presentation and the answers.
Thank you.
So yeah, together with the last pitch deck, now we are wrapping up our demo day. Thank you to our founders who made a huge effort on this 8-week program. And also thank you to our mentors who contributed to our program with different topics. And thank you for bringing their expertise to the program. And also big thanks goes to IT PARK for making this event possible today and having this program exclusively for Uzbekistan ecosystem. So Yagi is also our managing partner. He also wants to say a couple of words. So I'm just now giving the microphone to him. Yeah.
So can we change the screen maybe? So last past years we came to Uzbekistan, maybe like it's my 12 times in Uzbekistan. So we believe in the market, we believe in the ecosystem, and that's why we are here today. Beginning of this week, we came here with 4 people with Domino Ventures, but I solved the effort of the things also for Tahir, because Tahir worked with all of the startups together about the pitches, the worlds, even slide by slide, we work with the founders. what they should say. I mean, what they can convince with the investors, which words they should use. So thanks to my team, also in Istanbul right now, maybe more than 10 people in Domino Ventures team, they are watching this section. Also, my other partner, Mr. Mustafa, is watching us from Amsterdam. So thanks to other global VC friends, thanks to our also local VC friends, thanks to our jury. Now we need a family photo. First, we have to take photo with the founders, VCs, and the jury and Domino team. Then, guys, we will invite the other guys also, and we will have the photo for the memory. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's our founders, let's please come to the stage, and also our VC jury and panelists. So yeah, please, all founders, we are waiting to you to the stage for the group photo. Okay, I'm just checking, is there anyone missing? So for now, we are only having the founders and the VCs. Okay, and IT PARK members. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. So now maybe we can have everyone in the audience.
Yeah. Come on, guys, everyone, we can take family photo in Uzbekistan. And also our social media manager, Ezel, thanks to her, she was supporting us and using Restream and everything we were in Connect, thanks to Istanbul. Let's come, guys. Come. Come on. Why you don't like take photo? You can put it on Instagram.
Like this, maybe. Yeah, this stuff. Great.
Do the domino stone. Do domino stone. Like. Yeah. Domino effect for better future together. 3, 2, 1. Domino effect for better future.